All right, everyone, get off their phone right now. Get off your phone. Stop it. Get off your phone. Why are you on your phone? Why are you on your phone? Josh, put your phone down. Josh, put your phone down.
Under it.
Put your phone down.
Off.
All right, welcome back to the throne room. We're back with the boys. Y'all haven't been on the show in a long time, but we're back. We got Josh Pink.
Yeah, it was Christmas.
Yeah, we got Josh Pink. Y'all have heard him twice. He's all right.
Third time's the charm.
Third time's the charm.
After this,
Yeah, he's retiring.
I can retire.
And Austin Hotchkiss, welcome back to the show.
Howdy. How you doing?
He can't say that. Can
Once
he?
this is done, I can sit down and watch the sunset on a grateful universe.
All right, Thanos, easy tiger. So, how was y'all's semester?
Business majoring is hard when you're not good at math. Probably harder for engineering.
I don't want to hear it.
If you're
Yeah,
not
I don't
want to.
I don't want to hear it.
If you're an incoming freshman, don't be scared to look into the wonders of liberal arts.
Yes, be very afraid to do that.
Because
Yeah.
they made business so easy it's a minor.
Right.
Also, business majors are a scam
Fact.
completely. If
Except-
you're going to
except
college,
ag business, that's the real business school.
I mean, sure. I don't know.
Maybe.
That's not my field of expertise. All I know is kids. If you're in high school, trying to figure out what you want to major in, anything in the STEM field.
Mm-hmm.
That's the only useful major.
Until it runs you through the grinder and you spend a couple nights crying yourself to sleep.
That happens, but hey, it's worth it.
Then you get that email. Apply now to the School of Liberal Arts.
And then you
throw
you
up.
have to decline. Yeah, you got to decline.
That 3 is starting to look like an 8.
Oh my god.
Ew.
Wow, that's terrible. Now, there wasn't any particular thing that I wanted to talk about this episode because there's not really too much going on in football so far. I mean, we could go on and on about what we thought of, like the draft and all that. It's too late for all that. It's too late for all that. We've been very busy with finals and all that. So this is just the relaxation episode right here.
Did you?
ASMR provided by the
Did you see Michigan lost their head basketball coach?
Uh-uh.
I don't know if that matters,
No.
but he's gone. So he went to Cleveland.
Good for him, dude.
We keep losing people to Ohio, so that's pretty nice. That feels good. But
Happens to the best of us.
I guess it does. But that's sports for today, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you, Austin Hotchkiss, with sports, with Michigan basketball.
There we go.
If you were wondering what happens in Michigan with their basketball,
He's gone.
ladies and gentlemen,
breaking
Austin
news.
Hotchkiss.
Breaking news. People live in Ohio.
There's something there in the
Shocking.
state. Josh, you have a podcast you're cultivating. Is that correct?
Oh yeah. So
Or is that not a thing?
if you're on A&M or go to A&M,
If you're on it.
no, you're on A&M if you go to A&M.
Yeah.
I am in an organization called TAPS, Texas A&M Paranormal Society.
Wow, that's awful.
You know, you explore during Howdy Week as an incoming freshman. You think that's an interesting organization. Maybe I'll go to the meeting. Then two of your buddies join, and you kind of get forced into an officer position.
And then you realize it's a cult.
But then you actually have a lot of fun with it. So we don't have a podcast out yet, for reasons I'm uncertain of. But we've gone on a couple ghost hunting trips.
You know you don't have to look at the mic when you talk, right?
It helps
It's not
me.
like...
I learned this I took a public speaking class this
Okay,
semester.
I'm sorry for interrupting you. Go ahead.
Well,
This isn't public speaking.
the
either.
most recent one.
Yeah.
See, I'm very spooky. You know, you make the jokes about it. This last adventure made me a believer. Needless to say, not sure in what, but basically, two of the people are in possession of this bunny that's supposedly it's not a real bunny. It's like a little wooden statue you can get at a Hobby Lobby or something, or like Hallmark.
Uh-huh.
And they had this reoccurring dream of a place we'd recently visited, and it was just an old country road, Old Town roads.
Please stop.
So
Shout out to Billy Ray real
they
quick.
decided that we needed to take another trip out there with the bunny. So, we drive out to this undisclosed location. We got our trucks out there, and
Wait, what do you mean undisclosed location?
I don't know. I just don't want to give away a lot of detail about it, considering everything. I
Yeah,
will
okay, go
explain.
ahead. Go ahead. Yeah.
So, the way the equipment works, you won't actually hear the sound of a ghost, but like it can pick up electromagnetic waves or something. I don't know the science of it, but like if I wanted to set it off on purpose, I'd have to smash my phone into it while it's roaming on LTE on Twitter for it to even barely go off with my phone alone. So there's a lot of, credence that like there's something interfering with the signal. So we get the bunny in the middle of a little kumbaya circle at the first, like, each of these crossroads is like a Y. There's branching off 1 or 2 paths. There's no more, no less. Always 2 there are. Shout out to Parker.
What are you talking about,
I was
Josh?
talking about the Civ. No.
Oh, okay.
Anyway.
Oh, yeah, rule
Past
of
the
two.
little
The
Star
rule
Wars
of two.
reference.
Okay.
But,
shout out to the rule of 2.
so we got him in a little kumbaya circle, and we're asking him questions with all the equipment on top of the bunny.
That's a demon, bro.
Yeah, the creepy noises.
Easy.
So...
Wait, hold on. I'm getting interference on my recording software. This is crazy. You see these spikes? The spikes? PTSD, man. His war stories are coming back. First of all, I have to interject here. Okay, so we all played football in high school.
Yeah.
All right. Now, Josh played... What year did you stop playing? Like,
Junior
what,
year.
junior year?
Junior year.
Okay, yeah. So you quit playing after junior year.
I finished my
You were
career.
on JV, and me and Austin were on varsity.
Yeah.
We were both starting. Okay, so we were
I
kind
wanted
of
to be there.
we were kind of the big deal. Me and
Yeah,
Austin here.
yeah.
Hey,
Josh,
you know how it works. High water raises all the ships. That's why
Right.
they put me on JV.
Right.
No, that makes sense.
So we would hear nonstop about Josh's JV war stories.
And it was amazing because none of these things ever happened
Or
during
it
varsity.
was just
it was-
completely blown out of proportion. Like
You weren't there.
Like I was
You
on the
weren't
line.
there.
I was on the line,
You
and I
wanted to
tried.
do it with a
No,
shake.
no. You played what, like D tackle or something like that. You played like
Both
nose guard.
ways.
Yeah, you played nose guard. He was like, yeah, I lined up and pre-snap. This guy was like having a nosebleed, and he had like a hook for an arm. And I tried to hurdle him, and he just picked me up and slammed me into the ground
No,
like the
they
Hulk.
got, they got video of that one. That
And then
one.
the
yeah,
guy
dude.
next to him started punching my kneecaps, and the next thing you know, I'm dead on the ground.
I was gutted like a fish and sold for ransom.
I was like Jon Snow. I came back.
Yeah.
The Lord of Light wasn't done with me.
Okay, so that's the interject. Go ahead, continue with your story.
Where
With
we
your
at?
with your war
So,
story.
We're not getting any frequency or like responses. So like the way you go about asking a question is like, if the answer is yes, send a signal and you'll get a response, and like it'll be pretty. You'll know if you got something. And so we're not getting jack squat asking basic questions and someone doing those. Are we being followed? And all the equipment maxed out on like the readings. And I was like, ooh, ha ha ha. Now, little note about the weather when we get there. There's no air blowing, like none of the leaves in the trees are rustling. It's pretty humid. And so we get to the first fork in the road, and we're like, oh, we'll just point it one direction or the other. And we'd actually got pretty good responses. We'd get none for like the left,
Yeah.
spikes for the right, so we'd follow it. Eventually, after this other BS, we come across 2 purses with all the contents scattered out of them. Like, I'm talking life insurance, family photos, credit cards, driver's license, and there's like scarves torn up in the side of the like path, like in the trees. But the weirdest part, it had been raining all day. Like, there were puddles in the road. All of it was dry and not muddy at all.
So do you think the ghost like took a straw and
it was pretty fresh. Now, we don't know if this was a good... So this is the next part.
sucked up the puddles?
Yeah,
or-
that's
The
what I'm
wind just
thinking.
picks up out of
Gideon
nowhere.
situation.
Yeah.
The wind picks up out of nowhere, and it gets like 10 degrees colder. Like, I was freezing through my hoodie.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's when I was like, all
Take
right.
note, Josh wears parkas in 70-degree weather.
I do.
Yeah, he does.
Go ahead.
And so I was cold.
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, it's time to go. My truck's leaving. So there's like, I believe 7 of us. And so 4 of us, including myself, start walking away. And I decided I'll turn around and see who's still back there. So if you do the math, there's supposed to be 3 people still back there.
Correct.
I turn around, there's 4 people, one of which I don't recognize, and I just hear the president of our group go, "Run!"
Ooh.
And it.
So was it a guy or a girl that you saw?
So I'll get to that because
Okay.
we got the after action report.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what though, running. I got a buddy. He's a pretty big boy. I've never seen a man that size run so quick. Like, you'd be surprised what you can do when you think you're about to meet your maker. And so we get back to the trucks. The way I saw it was, my truck's full. I know everyone behind me.
Yeah.
Everyone in front of me I don't know, so sorry if you're an old lady on the road, but...
Wow. Dang.
And so we drive out and we get to a Walmart parking lot. And in that parking lot, someone decides to exorcise or cast out the demon and the bunny in a Walmart parking lot. So
It's definitely something that would happen in a Walmart
if you're
parking
feeling
lot.
uneasy in a Walmart parking lot, it's probably because there's a portal to hell in it now.
So what happens
We
in these
we
parking
look
lots,
up one of the names off the ID cards we saw, and it was a missing person case for the area from a year ago. And that's when I was like, ooh,
Okay.
the bunny's solving crimes.
Okay, so
We
who's
filed
the,
a
who's
police
the other
report.
one? Oh, you really?
Yeah, we filed because
Yeah.
it was like, my tire tracks are there, my footprints are there. I don't know how good they can pick that up. I didn't touch anything, but I was like, I didn't kill her.
Yeah.
And so we file all that, and one of the guys is running through everything, and his the one thing he remembers about the guy that just came out of the woods next to them was that his eyes were just glossy, blind people.
Yeah.
That was not a man.
Oh.
So I don't know that because I wasn't next to it, but
Yeah.
all I know is we came across a crime scene
Wow.
on our little Ghost Adventure field trip.
So okay. I have a few questions here.
Oh, I got a question too, but
You said there were puddles, and then the puddles went away.
no, the puddles. So no, it'd been raining all day.
Yeah.
There were puddles as we're walking in the road, and so anything that had been out there at all that day within it stopped raining maybe 1 or 2 hours before we got there.
Yeah.
Anything out there would be soaked. So that stuff that was all dry, the person.
Oh,
everything,
I see. It was fresh.
It had
I
been
see.
there within 2 hours.
I see.
But the missing
Yeah.
persons report was from a year ago.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
Yeah. Huh. So either it was the guy coming back to the crime scene, or
Or Satan.
Or
lives.
Satan literally-
He finally got around to his
Satan
errands.
lives near
Yeah.
A&M, so
he was like, "Oh, I
if you're
forgot
thinking
to."
about going to A&M, now's your time to back
Yeah,
out.
Satan's there.
Satan's there.
So
He's
is-
just straight
so is-
chilling.
so is Ted
The
Bundy.
devil
He's
went
like-
down to Georgia.
Okay.
That's true. That's
Terrible.
a fact. That's a story.
Have
He's
you
looking
seen?
for
Have you
souls.
seen? Have you seen that new Ted Bundy movie?
I
Yeah,
have.
let's talk Netflix. Let's talk. There's a lot of good shows out and movies out right now.
I want to get into Silicon Valley. My brother. First of all, is it silicon or silicone? I know silicone's like the rubber, but
Well, if you live there, it's Silicon.
Silicon
I don't
Valley.
know.
You gotta draw it out at the end.
Silicon.
It sounds like it's a war movie. Honestly, I feel.
Silicon Valley is a
I
war movie.
feel like that would be.
That's
something
where all
that
the
you would-
computer stuff
That's
comes
what it
from.
would. That's what it would sound like. I don't know why.
Silicon Valley.
You know what I mean?
Like Heartbreak Ridge.
Starring Tom
Battle
Hanks,
of
Matt
Silicon-
Damon.
yeah. Well, very odd.
Just the
combination.
entire Saving Private Ryan
Anybody-
cast.
yeah.
Yeah.
But they're just
Silicon
they're making
Valley.
computers.
But yeah, no, I had my expectation. First of all, going into a movie with high expectations is like a no for me.
Right.
The only exception being Endgame,
Yeah.
because that's okay. It's Endgame
You're gonna
or
have
Infinity
high
War. You gotta have high
expectations
expectations. But I was going into the new Ted Bundy. It was what's the name, shockingly evil, blah blah blah, something vile. I don't know, something
Something
ridiculous.
Extremely shockingly evil and
Yeah.
incredibly vile.
Yeah, I thought it was, which is the line that the judge said to
Yeah.
describe him. But he,
I'd never
so
say that.
so
to
I
Zac
thought,
Efron.
yeah, I thought they were just gonna call the movie like Bundy or something like that, you know,
Yeah.
something simple. But I'm thinking this movie's gonna be amazing. And first of all, they did a really good job. There was one scene where he's like sitting with his legs crossed, like talking to the
Yeah,
reporters,
no,
looked
he-
exactly
It's just like the
It
like
was
interview,
so
yeah.
crazy
dude.
how similar
With the
it was.
beard, it was
I
insane.
wouldn't say that his voice was like extremely on point.
Yeah, voice is a
but-
little off, but
but
it was the accent
Who
too.
but like the way he portrayed him.